The C30 electric program, it's in the really end phase. What we do now is the verification of the safety standards in the car. The last crash test we've done here on the C30 electric, it's an offset frontal collision with a deformable barrier in 40 miles per hour. And the idea was to verify the safety performance for the dummies inside the car. Of course, this is very important for Volvo consumers to have absolute top performance inside the car. So what we have is the connection of the batteries to the engine. That needs to be cut off early in the crash sequence. Already after 50 milliseconds, we cut the currency between the engine and the battery. That's important. And then we use the airbag sensors in the car to do that, both in frontal, side and rear end situations. And then we have the battery as such, where we have created a safe position in the middle of the car, outside the crumple zones, but also outside the safety cage where we have the people driving and traveling in the car.
For Volvo, safety is extremely important, and we developed this car, of course, with the same kind of demands as all other Volvo cars. But since the electrical vehicle is different in terms of where you have the energy stored, we decided that we should take away all the battery cells from the areas which could be involved in a crash, meaning the crumple zones. And this is why we have designed the car in such a way we have done. So we believe that by doing this job, we have created a real, safe Volvo car without compromises.
We will introduce the C30 electric this year in fleet, in Europe, in the United States, but also in China. We show with this car our competence in respect of electrification and combine this with our core values, especially safety. This car is making no compromise. You have the full enjoyment of driving a Volvo. It is one of the safest cars which you can drive in the automobile world. And of course, it's a zero-emission vehicle with driving on pure electrification.
Regarding the C30 electric and what's to be done before we move into a release to the market, we need to do some more trimming of the systems that we have in these crashed cars. We are in the very end phase of verification. Then we also need to learn about how people interact with the car in a daily life usage. And we need to understand how the car works in that situation.
Whether you have little kids or we have to be grown, we care about how safe they are when we're moving around in our vehicles. And maybe the biggest fear for us is the fear of the unknown. And we're starting to address it. I think Volvo is starting to address that.
The reason for buying a Volvo car, a C30 electric, would be to have not only the environmental care and fuel efficiency, you will have the full performance regarding safety in the car. That's a buying reason for buying a Volvo C30 electric.